I'll be like, Trayvon with this black hoodie on. Hey, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Finally done my audition. I love this thing. Oh, you know what? Let me get my, hey guys. Let me do top chat because last time I did live chat, the racist was up here. Hey guys! Oh, it was good. It was good. I felt, thank you Never TV for asking about the audition. I feel really good about it. So we will see. You never know. There are always auditions where I feel like I did a great job and I don't hear anything back. And then it's always the ones that I bombed, I book. So who knows? Who knows? But it was good. It was really good. It took longer than I anticipated, but I had a good time. Thank you for asking. I don't know, D-Mac. We'll see. We'll see if I got it. I'll let you guys know if it comes to pass. We'll see. Thank you guys. Hey ho. It was good. The audition was good, guys. Thanks for asking. I totally appreciate it. And I thank you for all the, kind words and warm wishes. And it makes me feel good going into an audition because you just never know. You know what I mean? Like I literally go for a job interview every day. That is my life as an actress. I'm constantly on job interviews. Still detoxing. You can't really see it. It's a banana berry, almond milk, apple juice, mango smoothie. Oh, and check out Phases by Reggie Beckton. That's my little bro. He's so talented. He's on iTunes. Reggie Beckton. Thank you. I'm figuring out different backgrounds. I was just recently on YouTube and I was finding like different things to do. So I'm working, it's a work in progress. I got some more stuff that I'm doing, but thank you for noticing. I'm playing with some different backgrounds and so we'll see. I'll probably debut them next week just because I'm just still trying to figure it out and see how they all look on camera. So coming soon. We're getting this channel together. It's every day, little by little, we get in there. Hope. Listen, for anybody who's following me on Instagram, I am on Instagram at NikkiNicoleStar. Every other day, I have a half a cup, like of celery juice. It's like a celery juice shot, a little bigger than a shot. And I have it every day because part of the detox for me is I just want to cleanse out all of the garbage that I've been, putting into my body because during the fall, and the holiday season, I was just terrible to my body. But during the fall, I was just making really good strides in my career. And I was just celebrating every moment as you should. But I just wasn't being very conscious about what I was doing to my body. And then the holidays hit and it was a wrap, okay, for my health. And I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling the results of all the hard partying, okay? So I'm just like cleansing every part of my body. And the celery juice is really good for cleansing the liver. I cannot do it every day because it's just too much. But every other day, I can hack it. So thank you for checking in on me, Hope. It's still terrible, but I'm keeping it up. So sorry, y'all. I'm trying to catch up to your comments. Let's get into this messy episode. Guys. Can I tell you, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Like, has this ever happened before? There are so many women who left this show. I don't know. I didn't see this happen on Rachel's season. Did it happen on Ari's season? I don't remember. I think maybe one person. Wasn't it the neuroscientist, the scientist? Didn't she leave? That was the only girl that I know about, but this is like a record number of women just telling Colton, I'm good. I'm just going to leave the show because there's nothing here. Has this ever happened before? Because I can't remember. Let me know. So much stuff happened. Yeah, they're dropping like flies. And I remember it was talked about that this was going to happen, but and like in the previews or something for the season, they were just saying that, you know, women were going to be leaving differently. Like it wouldn't necessarily be a rose ceremony, but I never thought that women would just decide to go home. Guys, you have to think about this. They are being paid close to like anywhere between $1,000 to $500 a week. They're not paying for anything. Their housing is being taken care of. Their hair and makeup is being taken care of. The only thing that they had to bring was their personalities and a couple of items to wear. Everything else is being taken care of. And they're traveling all around the world with these girls, doing fun challenges, giving them great exposure. For these women to just be like, I'm good on this. I don't want to be a part of this great opportunity. I'd rather go back home and work my 9 to 5 than sit here and get a free trip to the Philippines. Where are they at? The Philippines. Are they at I forgot where they're at, but you know what I mean? It's like they get so many perks, and for them to leave early, it's shocking to me. It really, really is. So I'm just like, what is going on? I need somebody to like tell the truth, because something is going on that all of these ladies are just like cutting themselves out of this show. Oh, hold on. Let me catch up to your comments. Oh, Victoria, we got to talk about that later. But yes, when we get through a couple of items from this episode, next episode, guys, next episode is defense. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Yes, Donna, no 2-on-1. There's no 2-on-1 needed because the ladies just keep on leaving. They are like willingly leaving the show. It's crazy. I don't know what it is. Yes, Nefertiti, that might be it. He might be too boyish for them. I felt that. That's what I was talking about with Cassie and Tay Tay, because a lot of people, not a lot, but a few people were saying that, I guess interpreted me saying that Cassie is more experienced than Colton, Cassie, and Tay Tay. What I was saying is I wasn't necessarily speaking about sex. I was saying that they are women who have lived a bit of life and have experienced some things, and being with somebody with Colton would just slow them down. And although they may be attracted to him, I don't think that they're good fits, just because I just don't think that they'll slow down for him. Heather is at his pace. You know what I mean? Even Hannah B. But I just feel like Cassie and Tay Tay are just far too experienced with life. Like Tay Tay had a whole husband. You know what I mean? Like she is just way too advanced in just life for Colton. And the same thing with Cassie. I don't know much about her, but I just get that from her. And I think that's just because I watched a few episodes of her on Younger, that show that she's on. I forget the network. It was online. And I watched a couple of those episodes and I was just like, you seem way too advanced for Colton. That's what I was talking about. But yeah, I think that's what it is. He's too boyish for these women. And they're just like, I don't want to suffer through another episode. Wow, Colton, baby, I would be hurt too. He was just heartbroken that women were just like, okay, I'm done, baby. I'm done. Listen, Fortune, I hope I'm saying your name right. Fortune Zervakis. Listen, Demi took her little body to Colton's room and was trying to like get all sexual with him. And he greeted her like he was her big brother. And at that point, I was like, Demi, walk away. This doesn't look good for you. So when they were sitting down and talking, Colton was so kind and so sweet. I just did not think that at that moment he was going to tell her bye. Like the moment she said that she is in love with him, he was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm not there, so can I walk you out? I was like, poor Demi. I felt so bad for her, guys. And y'all know I love messy Demi, but I couldn't get myself together. I felt horrible for her. I really, really did. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up. Yes, A. Smith. Tay Tay is just far too advanced for him in just life. He hasn't lived yet, and he hasn't lived in this new body of his. That's the thing. This body for Colton is very new. He has only been fine for like 2 or 3 years. Like he hasn't looked like this for a very long time. He has to learn himself in his body. And even with the whole sex thing, I don't even feel like he should be having sex yet. It's just like, dude, you don't know who you are. And you're still trying to figure it out. And then you're trying to get a woman to experience a very intimate moment with, and you're just not even fully in your mind yet or in your body. I don't know. I wouldn't want to wish that on anybody else. You know what I mean? Where it's just like you have this partner who just has no idea who they are, but yet they want to do something major with you. And it's just like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be on the end of that, because I wouldn't know what they would expect, or, or want to help them figure it out. And he just seems like he has a lot going on right now. Yes, Mimi, Demi did get beat up and dumped in the same episode. First of all, Katie was giving her some serious body shots. I was watching and I was just like, is anybody going to step in? Because Demi is taking some body shots, to the point where she was like screaming, and Katie hugged her at the end and was just like, oh girl, I'm sorry, I didn't even hit you in your face. Well, what about her spleen, Katie? Because you were punching there too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he hasn't lived, guys. Poor Demi. Heather, you know what? Deja, I would agree with you, right? Because Deja said she was shook, Heather should have went home. I would agree with you, right? However, I remember in the last 2 episodes, I was saying there is a disconnect with Katie and Colton. Like something is happening here. Like they were really hot and steamy, and then it just died down. And I felt like, in my opinion, that Katie couldn't fake it anymore and Colton could pick it up. Because there was a moment on one of it was a group date, but they were together and he tried to kiss her and she turned her head. And I was just like, something is up with that. And I guess Colton felt that too. Because I felt it just in that little moment. I was just like, she not feeling him no more, but she wanted to stay. Did y'all see how she tried to fake cry and no tears were coming out? She had to turn her head to like get a tear to come out and nothing happened. Colton knew it. He knew it. Colton can get scammed, but he can't take a scam. Okay. Like he is getting scammed this whole season. I know TT is sitting back home just happy, cackling. Like, look, what you did to me is getting done back to you. How you like me now? He did, Donna. Didn't we all think that Demi was there to like scam Colton? She didn't make it that far. She was trying to get up there, at least make it right before we get to the hometowns, and he was like, no, this is it for you. Sydney is still there. No, not Sydney. What's her name? Heather, and this one more other girl. Kerpa, can we talk about this date with no chemistry? Kerpa and Colton had no chemistry. She looked so uncomfortable on that date. Colton was trying his best. I was like, this looks like, a camp counselor trying to talk to, sorry, that's my phone. Looks like a camp counselor trying to talk to a kid when they got their period for the first time, and it's a very uncomfortable conversation, and he's trying to like not be uncomfortable, but to let her know it's okay. It was weird. Like they had no chemistry at all. But Kerpa got a rose. I'm like, where? Why? What made you give her a rose? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was because they wanted to like keep diversity on the show. I don't know. But I was just like, Colton and Kerpa, there was nothing. Nothing was there. He's very awkward. He is very awkward with all of the ladies. And I just don't get it. I just don't understand. Like I read the interview with you on Batch Chat where Mike Fleiss was talking about how Colton was such a great choice. He lit up the room, and then they met with Blake and they just didn't see the same fire with Blake, and they just felt like Colton had more going on. I don't know. This episode had a lot going on because of the women, but with Colton, I'm just like, you're the lead of the show, and I am bored. Like there's just, I guess I'm over the, I don't know what a vagina does thing. Like it's over. We need something else. You're too big to be so innocent. I'm sorry. It's too much. Like, I don't know. Like, remember it was last episode where he was talking to Sydney and she was like giving him these puns. Like, I want you to wax my lawn or something like that. Or weed my bushes, something nasty, right? And he was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what that means. Oh, gee willikers. And I was like, Colton, it's too much. It's too much. We're done. We are done at this point. I was bored by him, but I was intrigued with the ladies. They were done. And I think with Sydney, she was like, listen, I'm going to get cut, right? But I'm not going to let him cut me. I'm going to cut myself. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of cutting me. I think that's what was happening because she knew they didn't make any ground. She knew that she was probably up next and she didn't want to get cut. So she left on her own terms. And I can't hate on that. Very smart girl. I would have did the same thing. Also, y'all think he picks Cassie? I don't know. Can we talk about the date with Skipper, AKA Hannah G? That date, he was like in love. What is going on? I just don't feel like I've seen enough of him with these women for him to be so smitten. But he is very smitten with Hannah G. Like even when they were on the date and they were going to that spa thing or whatever to get a massage, he went looking for her and kissed her before she laid down. And I was just like, she didn't go after him. He went after her. And guys, is this the first person he said that he was in love with? Because I don't even remember Hannah G saying that she was in love with him. But he was like, I'm falling in love with Hannah. And I was like, oh, really? Wow. Okay. Did he ever say that about Cassie? I think he's sexually attracted to Cassie. I think he has something deeper with Skipper and Kaylin. Miss North Kakalaki, what's going on? I feel like she's falling behind. But I think that he had his date with Kaylin and his date with Hannah, to me, was on a different level. His date with Cassie was just like, I just feel like he really wants to have sex with her. I didn't see anything more, but with Hannah and with Miss North Kakalaki, that boy is gone. Gone. Did I call it? I called it with Hannah. I called it with Skipper. I didn't know about Miss North Kakalaki. Yeah, it really might be the diversity because I didn't see anything on that date with him and Kerper. I thought he was going to send her home because he was so gung-ho with sending everybody else home, but he gave her the first date rose. And I'm like, not the first date, but the one-on-one rose. It was weird. Yes, why is she there? Like, she's funny. Like the clip that you guys sent me about her chin, I loved her. I thought that she was very engaging, but on the show, it's a different story. Like, they don't get the best edits for her. So I don't know if she's going to Paradise. I know for certain that Demi is going to turn Paradise upside down. Katie's going to be there too, but they're probably going to bring her in late to mess up a love triangle. They're probably going to have one of the guys fall in love with one of the girls that is like not a typical girl that he would go for, and then send Katie, who's the typical girl that he would go for at the end, like when it's only 2 days left in Paradise, and he's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do because Katie is my type. All of that crap. That's what they're going to do with Katie. Yeah, she definitely scammed the Paradise. Demi is going to turn Paradise out, and I can't wait. See, that's when she's going to be able to shine. She can't shine on this cookie cutter show, but she can shine in Paradise. Kerper was not feeling him at all. There was nothing there. Yes, Sophie, can we talk about Cassie crying in the limo? Now, guys, I saw that and I had to stop, go back, and I was like, wait, did they show an elimination? And is Hannah a beast getting a hometown? What is going, that clip, that preview, it was a lot going on. I also know that this show was very misleading with their preview. So I don't know. It's either Cassie is getting cut by Colton, or Cassie is sending herself home, or somebody is going to expose. Oh, wait, let's talk about it. I think that somebody is going to expose Cassie for being on the show younger. That's what I think it is. Because remember at the end when Tay, I didn't like this. I don't know you to be conniving, and I didn't like that. When she looked at, who did she look at? And was just like, it's going to be me and you at the end. And we have to, Colton wants somebody to share the tea, and somebody has to tell him. Remember that part? And I'm just like, Tay, are you going to be the one to expose Cassie? I think this is probably going to happen. She's probably going to, one of them is probably going to say that Cassie is here for the cameras and not for Colton. And because he's confused by that, he's probably going to send her home, because I think he has stronger connections like soul connections with Hannah, Skipper, and Kaylin. That's what I think. I don't know why Hannah Beast was meeting his parents. I was like, this can't be a hometown. The parents must be there to meet all the girls before hometowns, because I can't see Hannah Beast going to hometowns. They don't have that much traction yet. For her to have a hometown, what do y'all think? Because that whole clip confused me, but I know that's what they wanted to do. So I was just thinking of a billion things, but I was just like, oh, please tell me Tay Tay is not going to take Anye's throne. I don't want her being messy, because I want her to possibly be in a running for my Bachelorette. If it's not Tay Tay, I want it to be Hannah B. Hannah B is going to give a good show, although we will see. But can we be real here? I don't know if Hannah B will be down for kissing non-white guys. I could be wrong. She doesn't give me that. Miss North Kakalaki do. Hannah B don't give me that. I could be wrong, but I'm just like, if you're going to get, like, in today's age, since The Bachelor is now diversifying, you have to get somebody who will be down for, like, giving you scenes where you're kissing somebody not of your culture. Because what you want to do at the end of the day is get everybody on this show to watch, so everybody can be like, oh, there's somebody there that represents me. Rachel got me here. It worked. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know. I like her, but I'm just like, she got to be down with, like, kissing everybody. Rachel went for it. Rachel was kissing everybody. Certain people, I was just like, girl, you don't got to do that. We get it, but you could just send him home. So I don't know, but I'm rooting for her. It's either her or Tay Tay. And I just don't want Tay Tay to get messy. I just don't want it. I don't want it, because I feel like that'll take her chances. That's what happened with Tia. We loved her until she got messy. When she came up to baby Becca, who just had a baby? Congratulations. We'll talk about that in Batch Chat. But when she came after baby Becca, we turned on her with the quickness. We were done. We were just like, nah, girl, we good. And she wasn't the Bachelorette. Who's Katie? Yeah, I like Katie too, Latrice. I done forgot about her already. See? He is still that chubby little boy trying to catch up. Yes, A. Smith, he is. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to catch up. Oh. Maybe he has bad breath. Maybe, Danielle. Wait, Latrice, who you feel bad for? Guys, y'all are talking up a storm. Let me catch up. Oh, Vietnam. Thank you, Victoria. For the culture, Demi went home. Sydney sent herself home. Anya and Nicole got cut. I knew it was going to happen, though. I knew it was going to happen. There was no way that both of them could stay after that. And I feel bad for the only person in that situation I feel bad for is Nicole, because she played into Anye's hand. Like, if she would have never, I think she was trying to top Anya, and maybe she felt that Colton believed all of that mess that Anya was saying, which I don't. But she went after Anya in a way that Anya would do it. And it's just like, girl, that's not your style. And it didn't look good on her. And I just felt bad, because I was just like, you played right into her hand, and now y'all both getting cut. But she would have got cut regardless. Both of them would have got cut this episode anyway, in my opinion. I just think Colton did it sooner so that he can have an excuse to get rid of two girls who represent diversity that he's not attracted to. And I don't think it has anything to do with that. I just think that they just haven't made any connection. And it's just like, let me just knock two off the park right now. Get this over with. Oh, poor Demi. She looked that boy in his eyes and was being all cute. I'm falling in love with you. And he was just like, oh, I don't feel the same. I was so hurt and embarrassed for her. Yep, stiff, fine as wine, but no personality. And can we talk about the stiffness? I told you guys, I told you that this boy was using this platform so that he can become some kind of action star. And then we had this whole scene of him just being stiff as all get out, trying to fight these dudes when they were at some, was it a samurai camp or a fighting camp or whatever? And we had this whole scene of him fighting these guys, and he looked so stiff. But He looked like he was practicing. He has an audition tape now. That's what's happening with Colton. That is why he's doing this. He is not looking for a wife. He may be looking for sex, but he ain't looking for no wife. He's not looking for no wife. He's looking for his next come up. Listen, there are people out here who are social climbers. Some of us can see it before anybody else. I saw Colton right away. Right away. He did everything that social climbers do. He name dropped Ali. He was putting all that out there as quick as soon as her name started getting some rise. You started seeing all these pictures with him and her. He was talking about his ex all of the time on the show. And so even if you don't know who she is, you go and Google her and you're like, oh my God. So it's somebody that has all of this clout. Then he was, sad to say, I think he loved them kids, but I just feel like he also uses those kids to get attention. You know what I mean? And what do wealthy people love? A charity to give to, because it's a tax write-off, not because they got a good heart. So he's just, he's trying to get in these circles. He's trying to play these games. He's giving the camera whatever they want. He's doing a fake crying. He's telling everybody he's a virgin so that he can be very interesting. It's like, ooh la la. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? He's a football player, an ex-football player who has a charity that he loves and he'll die for. And he's a virgin. Like, dude, you playing all the social climber games. Like, we see it. I saw it early. He was doing more social climbing the Hollywood way. That's how I was able to recognize it. Because if you're out here long enough, you will see people like that. I could never do it. I'm not saying just because I'm better than anybody or just I'm so high and mighty. I'm an introvert, which is why YouTube works for me. Okay. I don't like leaving my house. I have made my house so cozy. I don't like going. So if to be a social climber, I would have to go to all these events. It's just like, that ain't for me. I couldn't do it. But yes, he was preparing for his action star debut. That's what's happening. I'm telling you. He is going to be on The Young and the Restless right with Cassie because they are doing the same thing. They are both working this market, which is why I think he might pick her. But it looks like she's going home. So I don't know. If she's going home, I think she sent herself home. I cannot wait for that fence jump. I don't care how corny he is to me. That fence jump is hot. I was like, oh, yes, he did it in like one swoop. You know what I mean? I've never seen somebody jump a fence like that. That was such a good shot. It is, Nicole. It's super hot. We all love it. Nobody else cares about this show, but we all care about that one moment. Like, I feel like Bachelor Nation is here and into it because with Becca's season and Rachel's season, and maybe this is just for the Bachelorette, I felt like there was more action online. Like, especially when I would go to Twitter, I would have to refresh comments just so I could catch up. And every time I refreshed comments for Becca and for Rachel's season, it was just like 600 comments as soon as I like refreshed. And like every time it was coming up on Twitter, it was just like more comments, more comments, more comments. And I just felt like they just had better traction. This season doesn't have that much fanfare, I guess, for me. Like, I don't see it a lot on Twitter, which is where I would normally see a lot of Bachelor discussions going on for the Bachelorette, those seasons. So I don't know. Maybe it's not that much for the Bachelor. I don't know. But this season, I didn't see a lot of it. But everybody, even if you don't watch this show, is talking about that fence jump because it was hot. It was hot. It was hot. Yeah, if Cassie goes home, I honestly think she sent herself home. I honestly think she sent herself home. Or if he sent her home, it's because Tay-Tay was messy and told him about Younger. Somebody's going to tell him about Younger, and they're setting it up to make it be Tay-Tay, and I hope not. Girl, please. We don't like a messy bachelorette. It does not work. I didn't know that Demi was going to go. But this is... When Demi was walking over there, I was like, oh, this is going to be a moment. I didn't think it was going to be a moment where she was going to go home. But when he opened the door and the way he greeted her, I was just like, It was very platonic. Very, hey, little sis, what's up? You want to talk about boys? And at that moment, I was like, sis, please turn around, please. You know what, Deja? Let's talk about that. Because Deja said she feels, I'm sorry. I'm trying to drink this smoothie and do this. Deja says she feels like Colton is not into Heather because she's so inexperienced and he's looking for something else. I believe that, and I also hate that. Like, how dare you? How dare you? He's expecting women who are experienced to work with him because that's all he's going after. But there's somebody who he has so much more in common with than anybody else, and he's looking at her the way the rest of society looks at him. And I'm just like, pop me kettle. And I hate that. And it's very obvious when they're together. It's just like he's with her because he feels obligated because of the show and she's never been kissed and all that stuff. And they, you know, the show kept her there. I don't think that Colton kept her there, right? But when I saw them on the date together, for me, it just fit. I felt like they were in the same space of life and they could grow together. But he just does not want that. He wants somebody who is very experienced, which is why he's going after Tay-Tay, which is why he's going after Cassie so hard. But it's like, dude, how can you do that to Heather when the girls are doing that to you? Like, Elise left because she don't want to be bothered. You know what I mean? Sydney left because, truth be told, she don't want to be bothered. So it's just, I don't know. I don't like that. I can see it. It's very obvious with Heather and him. And it bothers me because I just, pop me kettle. Pop me kettle. I don't like that. The shiny object comment Sydney made was true and shady. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And you know what? This is why I'm really excited for next week. Hopefully one day I will get to the point where they will start sending me stuff, sending me the episodes early, because I am just like, I need to know what is happening. That clip, I was just like, it's too much going on and I'm stressed out because there is somebody in the house who is very messy. We do not know. It's leading up to a very messy person in the show. And I have no idea. I have no idea who it could be. Who is messy? Oh God, please don't let it be Tay-Tay. Who could be messy? Cassie? No. The only thing messy about Cassie, I would say, is the fact that she hasn't told him about the show. I don't know, guys, but one of the ladies on that show is messy and she is going down next week. And it's stressing me out that I have to wait like 7 more days before I can find out. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to try to get to bed early or like work my day out early on Monday so that I can actually do the review after, because I told you guys, the detox, I just don't have the energy that I normally do. So before I used to do my reviews right after the show and then I would edit them and put them up in the early AM. Now I just go to bed right after because I'm training my metabolism. So I'm going to spend a few weeks very tired. Then my energy will come back, but I'm going to do my best because I really want to talk to you guys about it right after. So we'll see. That's the plan, Sam. Hold on, you guys. I'm just trying to catch up. Oh, I'm missing a lot. Hold on. What did I miss? The goopery. Yes, Nat Spot. I was gooped by Demi going. I didn't expect it until he opened that door. And the way he looked at her was just like, it wasn't the same look. Oh, me. All that talk Demi had and she couldn't fight. She admitted it. She was like, I fight with my mouth, not with my hands. I don't have hands. And I'm like, sweetie, you going to have to learn how to fight because you got a mouth on you, Demi. And you're no longer in your small town, honey. You're in LA. And if you want to stay out here, you want to learn how to fight because not everybody's going to take somebody 5'2", cussing them out and be kind and polite because you're short. No, sweetie. You will get bopped in your head out here. People do not care. So you want to learn how to fight. Oh, yes, Deja, this relationship, whoever Colton picks, is not going to last. It's not going to last. It's just something about him. And I don't think that he's not likable. He doesn't know who he is. So there's so many faces that he has. And how can you get to know him when he don't even know himself? And who wants to be bothered with that? Oh, she does. Katie does give me Princess Megan Victoria. I was looking at her like, you know what? She gives me a sane Stacey Dash. You know what I mean? Stacey Dash back in the day. Stacey Dash, before she was on Twitter, like going on Fox News, just spewing hate for a check, she was such a beautiful woman. I don't know what happened. People, listen, y'all can't do anything for a check. I don't, you know, you can have your beliefs or whatever, but when you're just spewing hate just to get money, it wears on you and it shows. She never started aging until she started to do that. She was such a beautiful woman. Somebody, Latrice, I don't know who it is. I have no idea. These women have played the game very well because there is a messy person in this cast and we don't know. We don't know. We'll find out next week. And that's probably where we're going to get that fix. And I cannot wait. You know what? Yes, Fartoon. Let's talk about that. Fartoon says, oh my God, at the end when he was walking Katie out and he tried to cover her up with his jacket because of the frame. And she was like, don't touch me. I was like, oh, Katie is really hurt. She is really, really hurt. But I even in that moment, I thought it was so cute. He's such a cute, kind young man. That's what it is. It's like, oh, he's such a cute little gentleman. That's because when he did that, I was like, oh, Colton, you're so sweet. But Katie was not feeling it. But that's the thing. He can't read signals. She didn't feel like him. She didn't want to talk to him. You just sent her home like the covering the jacket because my hair. Don't touch me. Don't be around me. If you want me to feel better, keep me in this house or whatever. Keep me in Vietnam. You know what I mean? He just can't read those signals yet. And that only comes with just experiencing life. So I'm hoping that this show just really takes him around and gets him around different people and, you know, just helps him see a different world because he's going to be so much better once his life and his mind is enhanced. Such a great partner for any woman at that point. But she was pissed. And who was she talking about? This is still like, guys, this has been messing with my mind all day, even in my audition. I was like, who is it? Who is the messy girl? Because Katie even said it too. There are some people, she said, some people who are not ready for marriage. Yeah, she said there are some. So I don't know if that's 2 or 3. Ciao. I can't wait. This is good. Now, this is really helping this little dry season. That little twist. The shade of the shenanigans. That's the name of my group chat. With my best friends, we call our group chat Shade and Shenanigans. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Kerpa wasn't feeling him. Yeah, I don't know, Rosemary. That's why I was asking you guys. Is this the first season that 2 women have left on their own? I can't recall the season where women have just been like, I'm good. I'm ready to go home. Like, wow, they are dropping like flies. So please, I know there are some Bachelor fanatics in here. So please let me know if this is the first time this has ever happened, because I can't even think back to anything where that has ever happened. Yeah. Heather can go. Y'all are over Heather. Yeah, I don't know who it is, guys. I thought he was going to cut Kerper on that date. There was nothing there. They had no chemistry, and he kept her. And I'm like, what did you see? And the thing about it is, I don't even feel like Kerper was trying. I didn't get it from her at all. I do not feel like she was trying to stay. When he touched her, she didn't really feel like it. I'm like, okay, so could it be Kerper who has the boyfriend? Because, you know, every season there's always somebody who has like an actual relationship and the dude or whatever shows up. Could that be it? It's 2 people. I'm thinking either it's Kerper who has a relationship back home and Cassie with Younger. That's what I think. That's what I think they're going to be talking about. Kerper was not interested, guys. When he went to kiss her, she was like, oh. I'm like, girl, you can't even fake it. So she's very disgusted. What is going on, Colton? And nobody is leaking anything. And I don't go on Reality Steve because Reality Steve does have the tea, but there's so many spoilers. Like, I remember last season, I was on his site all the time. And I was so down because I was knowing everything before it happened, and I didn't get the full experience that I really like to get with shows. So that's why I always stay away from any kind of spoiler. Do you know how hard it was for me to stay away from the Avengers spoilers? I watched the Avengers. I watched that movie like last month, but I stayed away from the spoilers. Anytime something came up with Avengers, I was like, no. I stayed away from it because I just don't like to be spoiled. I want to have the whole experience. I like Kerper too. I don't know how she stayed either, Nefertiti. Yes, it was. Can we talk about that with Kerper? She dated a guy for 8 years. How old is she? What's her last name? Let me look this up. I'm like, you dated somebody for 8 years? You got that much time to give? Kerper Sadiq, age. How old is she? Because girl, oh, they don't say. They don't say her age. Oh, she's 26. Kerper is 26. Can you count 18? You know what I mean? Like, are you really dating at 18? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, your parents are still paying for dates, right? I don't know, but I'm like 8 years with a dude. 8 years with the dude, and there's been no, I love her earring. There was no wedding. You know what I mean? No, she didn't say anything about an engagement. She was just like, we parted ways. Something is up. Okay, I've talked myself into it enough. Kerper is one of the messy people. And Cassie. It's Kerper and Cassie. You bandaged church in. Yes. 2 for 24 is not you. All of us here are just like, something is up because Colton is not connecting with any women. He's just not. I don't see any of the women giving him back what he's giving. He's really into Cassie. I didn't feel like Cassie was really into him. He's really into Miss North Kakalaki. I didn't get that from her. He's really into Skipper. For the love of me, I don't know why. They're making out, but I'm just like, I just get a lot of passion from him. I don't get passion from any of the women. And I told you before, my little ears on set, who can only tell me but so much, told me that the girls are just not into him. And I don't know what that is. I don't know. I think it could just be because he's so boyish. Like, I think Nefertiti said that. He's just very boyish. They should have chosen Blake, D-Mac. That's who we wanted. Yes, Mimi. Blake would have given the passion. Yes. Can I tell you guys? I don't know if I've said this already in this live. The whole time I was watching this, although it was a good episode, I kept on saying to myself, Blake would have been so good. Like, this would have been such a good season if Blake was a bachelor. No shade to Colton. I think he's giving what he can give. It just, for me on this episode, wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I feel like he's given so much, but he's not giving what the ladies want. This is so weird. He's so fine, so like typical guy that you think everybody will be gaga over, and it's just it's not working. He is not getting these ladies. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what, Nefertiti? I actually thought that was cute, that he was scared of everything in the jungle, and the ladies were taking everything by charge. They were just like, oh, give me the scorpion, give me the eel. And maybe that's what happened. Maybe the ladies were watching him in the jungle and was just like, what do we need you for? Like, why? We're doing everything without you. What is your point? Because he was running away from everything and really being boyish. Oh my gosh. Hey, Alicia. Oh, damn it. These comments are going so fast. You know what, Deja? Let's talk about that. He keeps on talking about he doesn't want to pick somebody who he doesn't think will want to get engaged at the end. And I'm like, are you really going to propose to someone? I don't know. He is looking at rings, but I'm just like, I don't see him proposing. And I would not be mad at that, because having more of him this season and watching him, Scam king aside, he is not ready. He's not ready. And I wouldn't want to wish that on anybody but Heather. Here is why. They can grow together. You know what I mean? If Heather's the kind of girl that's going to get married young, I can see her being that wife that Colton needs because they can experience the world at the same pace. Anybody else? Stay away. Stay away. That's too much work. Yes, Nat's vibe. Tay-Tay's comment. What did that mean? Colton wants some tea. So one of us is going to have to give it to him. And who, can you guys tell me, because I forget, who was she talking to at the end when she was like, we have to tell him? Because it's going to be me and you at the end. And I'm like, what's going on? Because I've missed everything. The editor this season did a really good job because whatever's about to happen, I didn't see it. Yeah, okay, so it hasn't happened before. No one has cut themselves this many times on any Bachelor or Bachelorette season. You know what? Maybe, Melanie, I was thinking about that too. I was thinking that if there was any Bachelor season where women just was like, I'm done and cut themselves, I was thinking it could have been Juan Pablo, but I haven't watched that season, so I don't know. But I was just like, a lot of people didn't like him after. So I'm just like, maybe, and/or the season I was told. So did they cut themselves? Because Sydney was like, you're not cutting me, dude. I don't feel anything either. I'm out. Oh, yes, Donna. Rachel was on Nick Bio Files. She was on his podcast. And she was saying that she wanted to leave because she knew who Nick was interested in. She knew who Nick was going to pick. And she was like, I don't want to stay here and just be, embarrassed because I know he's not going to pick me. I don't want to keep on giving my time to some guy who I know is not interested in me. Like we just knew. And I think that's maybe what happened with Sydney because she kept on saying, we are not making the same kind of ground that everybody else is. And can we get there? And then she was just like, I'm just going to go. So I'm thinking that that's what's happening. I'm thinking that the women outside of what we're seeing, because Rachel said it, she was just like, even when the cameras weren't on, Nick and whoever he picked, they were a couple. Like we all saw it. And we all had to watch them have these moments without the cameras. And we knew that this was the one. So I'm thinking that maybe because Colton felt very comfortable with Skipper. So I'm thinking that maybe they are having some moments and everybody else, all the other women are watching and it's just like, he's not talking to me like that. So I'm just going to go. That still for me doesn't explain Elise. I still don't know why she left so early. My only explanation of that could be a boyfriend, but that's it. I don't understand why she left so early, such a fan favorite. But again, you don't know how you're going to be portrayed on this show. So maybe she felt like she wasn't getting enough camera time. Maybe she felt like she wasn't getting enough time with Colton and she just wasn't there with everybody else. But I'm like, you had the best date on this show so far. Like all the other dates were great, but your date, girl, that just made all of America go, oh, it was such a good date. So I don't know why she felt so unsure in that sense. So I don't know. Well, Tahara, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Tahara Adderley said, apparently Cassie has a boyfriend. She has an ex who is fine. She got a type. He's a giant. Yes, I'm not hating. He was on the show with her younger, and he wrote a whole post on Instagram, which is why I'm thinking she might be the messy one. He wrote a whole post on Instagram about how they were broken up way before she went on The Bachelor, and they had a great relationship, but they realized while filming the show that where they were, they're no longer in the same place, and their relationship can't go on anymore. So he said some really great things about her. And he really cleared that up. So that's starting to make me believe that maybe, that her show is going to be an issue. Because although ABC, huge network, they really do great background checks on all of their shows, all of the participants, but there's always something that slips under the radar. So making Cassie the villain with this whole younger thing could be the show's doing, because they're pissed that they didn't know that she was on the show. That could be. That could be a reason why all of a sudden she'll get a certain edit if that happens. If not, who knows? I'm trying to make sense of that clip, girl. Yeah, has there ever been anybody on the show that had a late start and was able to make up the same amount of time as the other women who were far ahead of them? Do you guys know? I'm thinking Rachel. Who on Rachel's season? No, even Rachel on the Files. She said she knew. She said she knew that Brian was the one for her on their second date, and she knew that Peter wasn't the one for her really early on as well. But she kept him. She kept him around, so I didn't understand that either. But she did also say that the producers are, they do talk to you about your decisions and things of that nature. So maybe they convinced her to keep Peter. 8 years. Yes, Mimi. She dated him for 8 years. 8 years. 26-year-old Kerpa. 8 years. No. That's a marriage. That is a marriage. Kerpa might have the boyfriend. She might be the messy one. Maybe that's why they convinced Colton to keep her. Yes. Thank you, Bree. She says that Kerper was engaged. She did say that on the show, but the explanation was so all over the place. I still don't understand why they didn't work out. She did not make sense of it. It was just like she kept on mumbling through and stopping and starting. And at that point, I was like, oh, Colton is sending her home. He gave her the rose. Producer pick, because she's the messy one. Skipper might be the one at the end, guys. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Avalon, let me tell you something. Avalon Park from episode 1 has not liked Demi, and she has been consistent in her comments. Okay, now she is celebrating that she is going. You know what? And I could be wrong. But when Demi was opening up to Colton about her butter, and then she was just like, let's call her, I felt like that was it for her. When she did it, his reaction, it was very blanketed. And that made me cautious. So I kind of wasn't surprised that he sent her home. I was just shocked that he did it like that. Because when she was just like, let's call my mother. And I also felt like that was a producer doing that. And I didn't like her. I don't know. I just didn't like her using her mom in that kind of way. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like, oh, your mother is in prison. Let's, do this whole thing where you contact her on the show to be more interesting. Because you just can't call up a prison and get a prisoner to talk to you at any time. It has to be a scheduled call. So that's what happened there in that situation. And I think that was the nail in the coffin for her. I can't get mad at that. And I'm not judging either. My father was in prison most of my life, okay? So I'm not judging anything about that. But I will say, for somebody who you're just getting to know, who you're just dating, that's a lot to take in. You know what I mean? On this whole competition, he's dating a bunch of other women. And then you drop, not only is your mother currently in federal prison, for what you still have yet to explain. All you said is that basically she's a scammer, okay? You know what I mean? And then you're like, hey, let's call her. And then you're crying about your mom being in prison. I just felt like it was a lot for Colton, okay? Who is at this point still trying to figure out how to work his penis into a vagina. It's too much. It was too much. I think she did too much with her mom, and maybe that was not a turn off, a scare off. So that could be it. Hold on, trying to catch up. It did. Yes, Donna. Very exploitive. I was just like, I don't like that. I don't like that because the show had to set up that call for her to call her mom. And it was just weird. Like, nobody could do. Some guy that I'm just dating, we haven't even been on. Colton and Demi, did they do a one-on-one? I think they did a one-on-one date. We've been on one date. And you want me to call your parent in prison? That's too much. That's too much. You're already letting me know that this is going to be a huge part of my life. And I might want to get out of that. Thank you, Diane. That's the same way I felt, but I just let it go with Rachel. because Diane has said the same thing that I've been saying the entire time I was reviewing Rachel's season. She was so emotional over Peter. Peter and Rachel in that cottage, she was bawling. She cried off her eyelashes. He was in fetal position holding a pillow. They were like, guys, that everybody who has ever been in a relationship and broken up with somebody that you love, because you got to a point where you're just like, you know what? Me and you, we can't go any further. Everybody felt that moment. We were all like, oh my gosh, remember. Like everybody was reminiscing about their time. It was so emotional. So for her to say that she knew that Brian was it date 2 and she knew about Peter, sis, I'm a ride with you. I'm a ride with you till the wheels fall off. I don't believe it. I still don't believe it. That just because when they were in that cottage and she was literally like begging this guy, just propose. Just propose. So my thing is, what if he did? What if at the end of that conversation, that meltdown, that he just hugged you and loved you and said, baby, whatever you want, I'll do. And I do want to be your husband. And after this conversation, I've worked through so many things. I am ready for you. I want to be your future. What if he would have said that, Rachel? Like, would he be knee deep in Bibiana's coochie right now? Because baby, he acted like Bibiana was a friend, and Bibiana was like, oh no, we got it on in my home. She was hot. But girl, I would never say that. Let him say that y'all was just friends. Like, why would you tell the world that y'all actually had a moment? How messy. She did. She did. But she is, she just wants to let us know that Brian was the one. So I just mind my business. I mind my business. Because also, I didn't tell y'all this. Did I tell y'all? Somebody was dragging me on Reddit because I was Team Peter. It wasn't like I was Team Peter against the world. I just felt like Rachel and Peter had a stronger connection than Brian. That's all from what I saw. From what the show gave me, that was the conclusion I made. But baby, Reddit didn't like it, and they read me down. I'm still doing my show. Take that. Oh, Demi's mom is actually not in jail anymore. Thank you, Salu Kadin. You know what? See, I didn't see Ben. This is the thing, guys. I think one time when I have a break, probably will be in the summer. That's when pilot season is going to die down, like in March. But by then, shows will be like filming. So hopefully I'm filming a show. But I think in the summer, I'm going to watch Ben Higgins' season because I like him. He's just such a good guy. And I want to see what happened with him. So I think I might review that season. Just do like a quick review of a couple of episodes or something like that. Let me know if y'all be interested in that. Ben Higgins and Juan Pablo. I gotta know why y'all don't like him. I still don't know. Y'all just are telling me that he was just an awful guy. I gotta see it. I have to see it. Yes, Bree. Demi was the only one making milestones in her relationship with Colton. All that stuff she was talking about, I'm like, girl, we watched this show. When did this happen? You and Colton have made no kind of leeway. All y'all did was talk about the fact that your mother was in prison and he was cool with it. That ain't no relationship. Yeah, no one-on-one this season. There's no one-on-one because the women are cutting themselves. There's not going to be anybody left. We're probably going to have the finale next week because nobody is staying at this point. Everybody's just like, we're done. We don't want the check. We don't want the free food. We don't want the free trips. We just want to get back home. Sorry, I'm stuck in a group chat I can't get out of. Well, she is the baby girl, Diane, so of course she is. Okay. Well, Ben is actually dating a new woman. It's a long distance relationship, but he says he feels like this is the real thing. So I just want him to win. I want him to win. He really got my heart in Bachelor Winter Games. He's just such a good guy, and you just want good people to just have a good life. He's not problematic. Everybody loves him. You know what I mean? If you mention his name in Bachelor Nation, people are like, oh, Ben, yes, Ben. Everybody just loves him. I just want him to do well. Because for him to have that impression on not just people who are watching the TV show, people within Bachelor Nation, nobody has anything bad to say about him. He's a really good person, and I just want him to win. I want him to win. I want this relationship to work if it's the real deal, and I want to watch that wedding. No! Latrice, are you talking about Ben? Please don't tell me that Ben and this new woman broke up. Please, Latrice, are you still here, girl? Give me an update. You know what, Ella? That's why I want to watch the season. Everybody just says it. Juan Pablo is awful. I need to see. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Latrice. Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to watch Juan Pablo season, and I'm going to watch Ben Higgins season. I just have to. Thank you. Thank you, Latrice. Woo! Lauren B was the one. Are we talking about Ben season? See, I didn't see it. I don't even know these people. Yes, guys, please make sure you like. All right, so I'm actually going to wrap this up because I want to film my more not toned down, but more edited review of this episode because we talked about a bunch of things, but I want to talk about a few different things. But please make sure, family, please make sure that you like and share my videos just so that YouTube can, promote me on their platform, because right now they're only promoting me to you, but I would like to, build the community a little bit better, because at this point I'm doing this because I love it. It is not profitable, but I enjoy it. And even if it wasn't, I wasn't going to stop, but just share. If you enjoy it, if you enjoy what I do here, please just like and share. Also, I'm trying to get a better computer because my lives, they look like this because my computer is almost as old as my little sister. Okay. So I have to update my computer, and I would, if you guys could just donate or give me any kind of help, I think I'll put my my Cash App or my Venmo, whatever is quicker for you guys. I'll put it in this review, and I'll put it in the reviews moving forward, because mother got to get a computer. It is time. I got to do better. I got to do better. My laptop is done, and I want to do more with you guys, but the things that I can do is very limited because my computer is very old, which is why sometimes my videos get up to you guys a little bit later, because I'm doing the majority of the stuff for my videos on my phone. So, if you can help a sister out, even a quarter, if everybody give me a quarter, we are there. Anything you can give would be awesome. I really, really appreciate it, guys. Juan Pablo, what? Renee? Renee just read Juan Pablo in the comment section. You know what, guys? Again, I keep on saying I'm gonna wrap up. Eric Bigger, what do you think about him being the next Bachelor? I've been hearing some buzz. This is industry stuff. Not like nothing I've heard in the blog. Industry people have been saying that they're buzzing about him. So we'll see. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, maybe that's why Rachel said that, because who knows her true heart? But we all saw that scene with her and Peter, and we was like, and we were like, Peter is the real deal. Prime Instinct. I'm actually not using any hair gel. I wash my hair and I do an apple cider vinegar rinse, because since I went natural, my scalp just completely changed, especially since I moved out here in LA. I'm from Philly. We have 4 seasons. It's humid there during the summer. So my hair was long and thick, but I had it permed. And when I switched from a perm and went natural, sorry, people who don't have this kind of hair, it's just what the hell is she talking about? When I went natural, my scalp was just a mess. So I do an apple cider vinegar rinse, and it cleans my hair like nobody's business. And I just put some conditioner in it, and this is it. This is what my hair looks like. Do an apple cider vinegar rinse, natural, ladies. It's the truth. All right, family. Let me get out of here and go do this review, because I want to edit it and put it up for you guys tonight. So I got to get on it early because I got to do it on my phone. So please donate to Nikki Star TV. We want to build this studio up over here. Anything you can give, guys. Seriously, I totally appreciate it, because mother is not on a network TV show yet. But when I get there, you all will know. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.